Okay, number 11. Now we have parentheses on both sides again. So we start by distributing. Negative 4 times x gives me negative 4x. Negative 4 times minus 2 gives me positive 8 or plus 8. This one wasn't in the parentheses, so I just bring it down as a plus 1. Negative 7 times x gives me negative 7x. Negative 7 times plus 4 gives me minus 28. The 49 was not in the parentheses at all, so I just bring it down. Now look at each side again. Think about where your equal sign is. Look to the left. Can I combine anything? Yes, I have an 8 and a 1, so I get negative 4x plus 9. On the right side, I have a negative 28 and a positive 49, so I've got negative 7x plus 21. Because negative 28 plus 49 gives me positive 21. Alright, if I want to bring variables to the left, I've got a negative 7x on the right side, so I add it to eliminate it on the right, and on the left that gives me negative 4x plus 7x, which is 3x, plus 9 equals positive 21. I've already got the variable on the left side. I've got a plus 9, so I want to subtract 9. And I get 3x equals 12. Divide by the 3. And I get x equals 4. Okay, problem number 12. Again, we've got a lot of terms, so we find our equal sign. Here it is in the middle. We look to the left. We say, do we have any like terms that we can combine? Yes, we do. Negative 2x plus 5x gives me positive 3x. Positive 5 plus 3 gives me plus 8. On the right side of the equal sign, we have a 1 and a positive 34. So we write that as 35. We still have a minus 6x. So now, just by combining like terms on each side, we've simplified down to where we have one variable, one constant on each side. Hopefully you're starting to see the repetition in these steps now. You say, okay, which side are we going to bring variables to? If we choose to bring them to the left side, we're going to add 6x. Because on the right side we had a minus 6x. Those combine to give me 0, and I'm left with 35 on the right side. On the left side, I've got 3x plus 6x, which is 9x, plus 8. We have the variable on the left. We want to subtract the constant to take it to the right. Plus 8 and minus 8 combine to give me 0, so I bring down my 9x. 35 minus 8 gives me 27. Last step, I want to end up with 1x. I have 9 times x, so I divide by 9, and I get x equals 3. So my solution is 3. Okay, problem 13. We have parentheses on both sides again. We need to distribute before we think about combining any like terms. We have a 9 out in front. It's not impacted by the parentheses at all, so we just bring it down. We have a plus 3 times a positive x, so we write plus 3x. Plus 3 times plus 7 gives me plus 21. Again, the 25 is out in front on the right side, so we bring it down. We have a plus 5 times x gives me plus 5x. Plus 5 times minus 1 gives me minus 5. Now we think about combining like terms. On the left side, we have a 9 and a 21 that we can combine to get 30. We still have a plus 3x. On the right side, we have a 25 minus 5. That gives me 20. We have a plus 5x. We think about which side we want to take variables to. Now I can subtract 5x and bring it to the left. That's going to give me a negative coefficient. So in this case, and just to let you see some every now and then where I take variables to the right, I'm going to subtract 3x. It would work either way. So if you're one of those people who always wants to take the variable to the left, that's fine. 3x minus 3x cancels out, gives me 0. I'm left with 30. On the right side, I have 20. I've got a positive 5x minus 3x, so that's plus 2x. The variables on the right, I need to take the constants to the left, so I subtract the 20, and I get 10 equals 2x. Last step, I'm looking for the x. I'm thinking about what's in front of it. 2 times x, I divide by 2, and I get x equals 5. When you read that, we've got the 5 on the left. It's 5 equals x. You can turn it around and just write x equals 5 if you want to, or you can leave it with the x on the right. Either way is fine. Those two are equivalent. Okay, problem 14. This one's just throwing you a few curves here to see if you're paying attention. On the left side, we've got negative 6 minus a negative 2x. We know we can change that subtraction to addition, change the sign of the number following the subtraction sign. So we get negative 6 plus positive 2x. On the right side, we've got parentheses. We've got a negative on the outside of the parentheses, but look on the inside. We've got 6 plus 5. We don't really need to distribute, we just need to add 6 plus 5. So we say 3x minus 11, because order of operations tells us do what's in parentheses first. That's just two numbers, so we can combine those. Now we're down to one variable on each side, one constant, so we'll subtract the 3x, just so you get practice with a negative coefficient. Just mix it up a little bit. Those cancel out to give me 0, and on the right side I'm left with negative 11. On the left side I've got negative 6, and I've got positive 2x minus 3x, so that's minus x. Now I've got the variable on the left side. I want to move constants to the right side. It's negative 6, so I add 6. Negative 6 plus 6, those combine to give me 0. I'm left with negative x equals negative 5. I'm not done, so don't stop there, because you still have a negative in front of your x. We know that's negative 1x. We divide by negative 1, and we get positive x equals positive 5. So our solution is 5 in here. The parentheses inside are just separating the subtraction sign from the negative sign. So the first thing we want to start with is changing that subtraction to addition. We want to leave everything else the same. So I leave my negative 8, I leave my bracket, I say 4 minus a minus x would be 4 plus a positive x. I leave the negative on the outside of my bracket on the right side. 6 minus a negative 6x would be 6 plus a positive 6x. So now I've simplified. Just think about those brackets as being parentheses. Distribute the negative 8. Negative 8 times 4 gives me negative 32. Negative 8 times positive x gives me minus 8x. Negative on the outside of the bracket, remember that's like multiplying by a negative 1. It's just going to change the sign of each term inside the bracket. So I get negative 6 minus 6x. Alright, now from there, we can add 6x to take variables to the left. On the right side, we've got negative 6x plus 6x. Those combine to give me 0. I'm left with negative 6. On the left side, I've got negative 32 minus 2x. I've got the variable on the left. I want to add 32 to move the constant to the right. I get negative 2x equals positive 26. Last step, divide by the negative 2, and I get x equals negative 13. And that's my solution. Okay, that's all the problems on the lab. I hope this was helpful to you. I just noticed several of you making the same mistakes, and I really don't want you to make those mistakes on the first test. So I just thought I would put this video up for you to watch. So let me know if you have any questions or things you don't understand. Thanks.